All right, so here are the Wave in-ear monitors, and these are my old ones, the Shure SE215s. Using these for years, and used these for the last 4 months, and I did 50 shows with them, and these are by far 10 times better than the Shure SE215s. In terms of sound quality, build quality, and how they just feel in the ear, they're just 10 times better. So in the box, what you get is the 2 in-ears. They're both dual drivers. They give you a 1.5 meter cable that is detachable, which is really, really cool. If you do look at the cable difference, I much prefer the one on the Wave in-ears. They just seems more durable. If you do actually look where the in-ears are being detachable, you can see it come in and come out there. That is very important. If the cable gets damaged in any way, you don't have to get rid of the in-ears, you just get a new cable. And you can see the loop that's on the attached to the in-ear that goes around the ear. It just is a lot better than the one in the Shure. The one in the Shure kind of pops out. You have to pull it down around the ear to get it kind of set. These just sit on the ear perfect every time that you do it. You get a 3.5 millimeter to a 1/4 inch adapter, and you get 12 ear tips in total. So the 6 and 6, so you get silicone and you get the foam. I was always silicone, but I put the foams ones of these in, and it was just unreal. I much prefer the foams ever since I've got these in-ears. The size that they come in is small, medium, large. I went for large, and it was excellent. They say it's 36 dB the outside noise it takes. I definitely believe that. I did use it for the 4 months, and a week ago I had to change out the large ones and put the medium ones into the large. They just, after a while, they kind of crack. They were used an awful lot over the 4 months. It's 50 gigs. It's kind of what you'd expect, but after the 4 months I did have to change out the foam ones and put in different ones, so do expect that. Check out the carrying case. This is really cool. You see there, it's a hard case. In like the foam one that is for the Shure, so if anything falls on it, even small, it will protect the in-ears, which is really, really cool. And also, it's about the little details that I liked about these. Was you can see down on the in-ears, there's on the Wave we have right and left. So R for right and L for left, self-explanatory. But on the Shure SE215s, it's a little speck of red, which is right, and then blue. And it's very difficult to see that when you're on a dark stage. I think a little thing like that just makes the product really, really cool. I like it a lot, and I think you'll appreciate it too. So it's all about the sound, and there's a huge difference between the sound quality of the Waves and the Shures. What I found was that I get a lot more bass and I get a lot more of a balanced sound. It's as simple as that. If you want more information, go to somebody else's video who's going to break it down with graphs and stuff, but it's really impossible for anyone to tell you what it's like until you put them in your ears. When I compare it to this, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I put this on for the first half, which was the Waves, and the second half I went back to this, because it's been 4 months since I used that. And again, what happened was, this I heard when I hit the bass drum, I could hear the thud of the bass drum, and a little bit after, the bass was there, the actual bass. No, with the overhead, I could hear a nice balance between a cymbal and the toms. So there was a lot more of the kind of, I suppose, just a lot more of the bass coming through that, and less tops, a lot less high end with very, not very little, but a lot less treble. Then I put this on, and all of a sudden the overhead just became it was like as if when I hit the drums, when I hit them, I got the impact sound from the drum, but no bass, nothing, none of the overtone was coming out. It was just very quick sounds over, no balance whatsoever. The Waves, I managed to get a very good balance with bass, so it just bettered tenfold. So that's all you really need to know about these. If you pick them up, you won't be disappointed. They're up there and on par with some of the big names like your Shures and other stuff like that. I'd be weary and a bit apprehensive of buying the 5 drivers from Amazon, when I found I've used them and they do sound great. A lot of my friends don't buy them, and they tend to break within the year. And so you're spending $70 for these in-ears, but you're replacing them every year. You're going to get longevity out of these. That's why I think this is like really, really, really good. Price-wise, the 215s from Shure, they come in, I think it's 120. bucks, and then these from Soundbrenner, the Wave in-ears, will be, I think it's 179 bucks, so 179 bucks. They never ever go for that, so you'll be able to get them cheaper on a deal. They come in at 120. Sometimes you can even get them as low as 100. If you can get them for 120, it's a deal and a half. If you can get them 100, it's just unreal. So check out the websites. They constantly are doing deals. They have an affiliate link for me. It's down in the description. It's BRENDRUM-DEAL or BREND-DEAL or something. It's written down there. You can find it. You click that in. If you use that, thanks a million. If you don't, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't think we're going to have enough people that are going to click on it to make me a lot of money. So, but if it saves you a few ducats, use it. Anyway, any questions, please let me know down in the comment section. Until then, see you on the next one. Bye bye.